My name is Stephen Stein. I run the Stein Law Firm in Virginia. My firm is located in Fairfax, Virginia, and I practice law for the most part throughout all of Northern Virginia, all the county, state, and federal courts. And also I practice in Washington, D.C. I do practice some in Maryland as well, although not quite as much as Virginia and in D.C. So I've been practicing law for about 20 years. I graduated in the year 2000. I was a English major in college, and I had aspirations of being a high school or maybe a college English teacher, but then I took a few more business and law related classes and found it very fascinating and thought I would turn perhaps my ability to turn a phrase or to think, at least I hope I think fairly logically, into a legal career. So as I basically finished my college years, I prepared to take the LSAT all those years ago and ended up going to pursue a legal career as an attorney, and I've never looked back. I've enjoyed all 20 years of it. I think I'm a very good communicator. I over my many years of representing many clients in a vast variety of business litigation cases and sometimes personal cases as well, I've become, I think, fairly adept at recognizing various clients' needs. I'm always a consistent and frequent communicator with my clients, but I think I know very well how to communicate with different personalities and how to get across the salient points of the litigation. Some clients want massive amounts of details and frequent correspondence. Others just want big picture. I think I'm quite skilled overall in representing my clients and advocating for them, whether it's in court, whether it's in arbitration, whether it's in settlement negotiations. But I found a key element to any client satisfaction is knowing how to communicate with them. And that's very important. And it's something I think a good lawyer, to a certain extent, almost develops an intuitive ability to ascertain with clients. I hate to say it, but you can put clients in various broad categories as to how they expect to be communicated with. But one thing that's absolutely consistent with all clients is that they appreciate frequent communication, and whatever their level of need to know and whatever details they want to know, if you communicate with them in the way they prefer, they greatly appreciate it. And I think I'm fairly competent at doing that. I'm a business litigator for the most part. That's probably 75 to 80% of my practice, meaning I deal with whether it's business torts or business contracts, or sometimes individuals who have complex claims against or for a business, depending on the nature of their relationships. I think I just kind of gravitated toward that after law school. I was actually a state prosecutor in Illinois for a short period of time. Then I did a federal clerkship for several years. After that, I joined a litigation boutique firm in Alexandria, Virginia, and it just, so much of what you see process arises from trial court litigation. So I had that experience being a prosecutor, even though it's not business oriented most of the time. It's still heavily trial oriented, heavily geared toward litigation in the criminal context. I think all of that kind of spurred me into once I started my own firm in 2011, all of my experience, all of my cases had basically revolved around litigation, and I had a number of years of civil litigation experience. So it fell right into my lap, so to speak. It was what my wheelhouse was. So business litigation, I do a little bit of personal injury, not a ton. Mainly it's business litigation, whether it's contractual or tortious actions related to businesses. And I think that's just how my experience has developed throughout the years. I'm an enthusiastic advocate for any client. When I take a case, I give my clients 100% of it. As I said, I'm a frequent communicator, and I'm a very zealous advocate for my clients. And sometimes that means pursuing the client's goals vigorously. Sometimes it's telling the clients these goals might not be fully able to be reached, but you may be able to reach a compromise position. And sometimes it's telling clients, this isn't the course you should take. It all depends on the case. But what I think clients like about me and what I try to provide for clients is both zealous representation and frank candor with them about their likelihood of success, about the cost of litigation, about the cost of attorney's fees, about the time frame involved, about the likely of collectability. Sometimes clients are so eager to win a case, they don't think that, well, just because I win doesn't mean the money falls into my lap. How do I go about collecting it? Is the other party, if I'm representing a plaintiff, is the other party even collectible? So all of these are things that you really want to approach as much as possible at the front end, and sometimes you can't entirely do that. But I think clients appreciate that because I try as much as possible, and often depending on the level of information the clients provide to me, I try to address these questions at the outset rather than halfway or at the end of litigation. And I think that goes into the entire package of me being a very good communicator with my clients and representing them 100%.